hands clean either. Would stand out of headlines on the internet. She was always in headlines, punching players in the eye. And then we have to remember, she nearly injured Paige. Like, everybody forgot about that. Y'all remember when she nearly injured Paige, nearly took her whole knee out? Like, we got to remember all of those things transpired during this basketball season, man. For her to tell you, they made it their business to get rid of her.
A player so controversial that every hard foul instantly sparks outrage across the league. DiJonai Carrington became one of the WNBA's most talked about stars after a blockbuster trade shocked basketball fans everywhere. Many pointed to repeated flagrant fouls, heated altercations, and dangerous contact as proof that tensions around her game had reached a breaking point.
Flagrant 1, yes. Could it have been called a flagrant 2? Yes. Was it more dangerous to Paige Beckers than anyone else? Because Paige Beckers was the one who was the person who had to break Jessica Shepard's fall. Could she have blown out her teammate's knee? Yeah. Yeah. Like, that is what, like, realistically, that is what the conversation should be about. Because she wanted the Kiki Iriafen viral meme. Because as soon as she did it, look at what she does as soon as she did it. As soon as she did, she walks toward Jessica Shepard.
Medical staff rushed over immediately, while fans online accused Carrington of making reckless and unnecessary contact during one of the league's biggest games. After the game, Carrington denied any bad intentions and claimed she was only trying to contest a shot, but the backlash only grew stronger. Social media erupted with debates about player safety, and many fans demanded stricter punishments for dangerous plays. Analysts, commentators, and former players all weighed in as the incident became one of the season's most controversial moments.
As everyone else has seen this angle, I'm calling her in, and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Then came the moment that truly intensified concerns inside the organization itself. During a matchup against Minnesota, an aggressive challenge near the rim led to contact involving Jessica Shepard and Paige Beckers. The collision created a terrifying scene that left players shaken and fans stunned. Officials handed out a flagrant foul after review, while discussions about reckless play and player protection once again dominated headlines around the WNBA. Described fractured trust within the locker room, with anonymous sources reportedly questioning whether aggressive play had started affecting team chemistry.
And kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
Debates exploded after another controversial foul involving Jessica Shepard. Replay angles showed Carrington making contact near Shepard's face during an aggressive block attempt, leading analysts and commentators to argue over whether the follow-through crossed the line from basketball play into unnecessary force. Slow-motion footage shown inside the arena only intensified the controversy as fans dissected every angle online. The real breaking point reportedly came after a heated post-game confrontation with referee Roy Gulbian in Chicago.
And this will give us a couple of different angles.
Directions of games. There's your tip. Diggins, who's still fast, gets down the floor, buries it, draws the foul, but is shaken up.
Video clips from the confrontation spread rapidly across social media, with fans and commentators debating whether the situation reflected deeper issues with emotional control and on-court discipline. Some defended Carrington's passion, while others argued the repeated controversies were becoming impossible for the league to ignore. Veteran officials later stated that any situation requiring security involvement raises serious concerns for the integrity of officiating and player conduct.
Shepard's body, but the fact that she went for the basketball and for the block really
The basketball play.
Yeah, it is. And she ends up getting Shepard in the face, the nose. I don't know which takes precedent. Oh, see, it's the hit the ball and then it's the pull back. They're showing it on the Jumbotron at a different angle that sort of looked like, watch after Carrington goes for the block. Watch her pull back right here. And that's the part that I don't know if you separate.
Shortly afterward, Dallas completed a blockbuster trade, sending Carrington to Minnesota in exchange for Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and a future draft pick. Many analysts viewed the return package as surprisingly strong, considering the ongoing criticism surrounding Carrington's conduct. Dallas supporters celebrated the move as a fresh start for franchise, while insiders reportedly emphasized the importance of locker room stability, professionalism, and team chemistry moving forward. Samuelson's elite shooting ability and Miller's versatility were immediately praised as better fits for the Wings' long-term system.
DiJonai Carrington interacting with Minnesota players. Y'all remember this on Studbuds, right? Listen.
Just watch your step.
Academy. I got this. Okay, well now we're even because your dog's shit and piss in our room.
Oh, wow.
We're even.
Hey, all right, one more thing. Hey, I love how direct you are.
Let's Courtney. It's time to go.
Come on, bitch. Just watch your step.
Academy.
No, we all remember that, man. That was quite funny.
Supporters argued the Lynx were betting on her competitiveness and defensive intensity to strengthen their playoff push. Oh, wow, now we're even. The exchange instantly went viral among basketball fans, adding yet another controversial moment to the growing drama surrounding Carrington's reputation around the league. While some viewers laughed at the tension-filled interaction, others saw it as another sign of emotional volatility during an already chaotic season. Minnesota's success had always been built on discipline, structure, and smart team basketball. The timing of the trade only increased the scrutiny. It came shortly after star forward Nafisa Collier suffered an ankle injury, leaving many fans confused about the organization's direction. Critics questioned how Carrington's skill set could realistically replace Collier's offensive production and leadership. While Collier was known for efficient scoring and stability, Carrington's inconsistent shooting and aggressive play style seemed like a completely different fit. League insiders reportedly worried that introducing such a polarizing presence during a championship push could damage chemistry built over an entire season. Analysts repeatedly pointed out that championship teams rely on trust, communication, and predictable execution under pressure. Carrington's history of emotional confrontations and hard fouls created fears that one reckless moment could derail Minnesota's playoff ambitions. As criticism intensified, commentators openly debated whether Carrington had become one of the league's dirtiest players. Viral clips and reaction videos flooded social media, with fans questioning her decision-making and emotional control during heated situations. Some supporters defended her passion and competitiveness, but many others believe her aggressive approach continued crossing dangerous lines. Behind the scenes, reports suggested Minnesota immediately took steps to manage the situation carefully. Veteran leaders like Kayla McBride and Courtney Williams reportedly organized player-only meetings focused on accountability, discipline, and maintaining team unity. Coaches also adjusted defensive drills to emphasize body control and safer closeouts during high-pressure plays. Historical comparisons only fueled more concern. Analysts noted that teams dealing with repeated flagrant foul issues rarely sustain deep playoff runs, especially when locker room tension starts affecting focus and trust. Fans reacted strongly across sports radio and social media, with many accusing Minnesota of sacrificing chemistry for chaos at the worst possible moment of the season. Even betting markets responded dramatically. Championship odds reportedly dropped overnight after the trade announcement, reflecting growing skepticism about whether the Lynx had hurt their own title chances. Commentators argued the organization traded stability and long-term development for a risky short-term gamble that could easily backfire under playoff pressure. On the court, the concerns went beyond headlines and controversy. Minnesota's defense depended heavily on synchronized rotations and disciplined positioning, meaning one overly aggressive defender could break the entire system apart. Analysts warned that Carrington's tendency to freelance defensively could create major weaknesses against elite playoff offenses. Offensively, turnover concerns and inconsistent shot selection only added to fears about fit and efficiency. The human side of the situation proved equally complicated. Reports claimed teammates were already adjusting their approach around Carrington during practices, while coaching staff assigned veteran mentors to help reinforce accountability and emotional control. Opposing teams also began altering game plans specifically to test her discipline, proving her presence alone had already changed league-wide dynamics. Long-term concerns quickly followed. Experts warned that suspensions, locker room friction, and salary cap complications could all become major issues moving forward. More importantly, insiders feared the move risked damaging Minnesota's carefully built culture, a foundation that had defined the franchise for years. As one league observer summarized, this trade was no longer just about basketball talent. It had become a massive test of whether winning and team identity could truly coexist under pressure. Dallas' decision to move a former All-Star and reigning Most Improved player wasn't driven by statistics alone. According to analysts and insiders, the organization became increasingly concerned about culture, chemistry, and the growing controversy surrounding Carrington's aggressive style of play. The move sent a powerful message across the league. Talent alone may no longer outweigh concerns about locker room stability and on-court safety. Carrington's reputation as a relentless defender once made her one of the WNBA's most feared perimeter players. But critics argue that her physical approach eventually created more turbulence than value for Dallas. The Wings' immediate success after the trade only fueled that narrative even further. With Diamond Miller stepping into a larger role and averaging strong offensive numbers, many fans viewed the team's resurgence as proof that cohesion and chemistry mattered just as much as star power. Miller's athleticism, efficient shooting, and smooth fit alongside franchise cornerstone Paige Buchers immediately gave Dallas a more balanced identity. Analysts praised the trade for bringing stability, spacing, and versatility back into the lineup, while reducing the constant distractions that had followed the team throughout the season. Minnesota's side of the trade created a completely different conversation. Despite owning one of the league's best records and top-ranked defenses, the Lynx chose to add one of the most polarizing players in the WNBA during a championship push. Many observers believe the move reflected desperation after Nafisa Collier's injury exposed weaknesses in Minnesota's wing depth. Still, Carrington's game did not naturally replace Collier's offensive production. Instead, Minnesota appeared to be betting that Carrington's defensive toughness and physical intensity could help neutralize elite playoff stars like Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu. Supporters viewed it as a win-now gamble, while critics warned the organization might be sacrificing long-term culture for short-term aggression. League insiders reportedly questioned whether Minnesota underestimated the risk of bringing such a volatile personality into a locker room built around discipline and trust. Some executives argued that introducing high-conflict energy during a playoff race could disrupt chemistry developed over months of teamwork and sacrifice. The trade also highlighted a growing shift happening across the WNBA. Front offices are now placing far greater value on culture, professionalism, and emotional stability when evaluating players. Analysts noted that Dallas had already begun reconsidering its defensive overhaul after earlier roster changes failed to create the chemistry the organization hoped for. By moving Carrington, the Wings appeared determined to prioritize flexibility, shooting, and long-term stability instead of chaos and controversy. Expansion concerns around future roster protection also likely influenced Dallas' decision-making. Young talent like Diamond Miller offered upside, cost control, and lineup flexibility moving forward, all extremely valuable assets in the league's evolving landscape. Meanwhile, traditional roster construction philosophies continue shifting toward positionless basketball, versatility, and reliable team-first players. Many around the league quietly viewed the situation as a victory for player safety advocacy. Reports suggested agents and league figures believed the trade represented growing accountability for repeated reckless behavior. While the WNBA avoided making direct public statements, the situation signaled that franchises may no longer tolerate dangerous plays simply because a player brings defensive intensity or competitive fire. Minnesota's gamble now carries enormous pressure. If Carrington successfully channels her aggression within the Lynx system, the move could strengthen an already elite defense and help push the franchise toward a championship. But if old patterns resurface, emotional confrontations, reckless fouls, or locker room friction, the decision could become one of the biggest miscalculations of the season. The stakes extend far beyond one player or one trade. Around the league, teams are watching closely to see whether culture and chemistry truly outweigh raw intensity and edge. Dallas believes it made the correct choice by prioritizing stability and trust. Minnesota believes it can harness Carrington's competitiveness without losing its identity. As the playoffs approach, one massive question hangs over the WNBA. Do the Lynx acquire the missing piece to a title run, or bring instability into a championship-caliber locker room at the worst possible moment?